It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Cincinnati Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night primetime.
From one of the loudest venues in the National Football League, you get a look there at GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup on tap, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from Kansas City. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Chiefs offense for their first possession, and it's Patrick Mahomes at quarterback.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Mahomes not wasting time. He'll throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Right away, they rack up 10 yards on their first play from scrimmage.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And not much room to speak of. We'll get about 3 up to the 41.
Taken down at the 41. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Mahomes going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 32-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Mahomes. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
Over the middle here to Brown. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. And again, it's Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
I do believe we came here to see a game, didn't we? And it looks like he's running what we call routes versus air. You just go out there with your offensive unit and throw the football with no defense. He's 5 for 5 on the opening drive.
He was on his game there for drive number 1, but my only thing is now he can't go any higher than that. He was so perfect. Can he do it again later?
Yeah, all he cares about right now is making it 10 for 10, 15 for 15.
Keeping that going.
And he feels like he can get it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
Hey, we all love a good story, and what we like even more, guys who can fight through adversity. Joe Burrow coming out of high school, goes to Ohio State, doesn't get a chance to start, transfers to LSU, not thought to be a top prospect, ends up the #1 pick in the draft, and justifies it. Tremendous play, excellent mobility, and leadership off the charts.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now it's Burrow. And he is caught. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow over the middle, complete. It's Brown, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing, but in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Burrow will throw.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Burrow hooking up with Higgins for a Bengal first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Well, when you're facing a receiver like this, you always come into a game thinking, we've got to put our best corner on him. We've got to find a way to get him off his route, limit his touches. But that plan, not working too well on this opening drive. That's already 2 catches for him, and this one, good for a first down.
To the air again, Burrow.
He'll drop this underneath the moss.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. Here's a 2nd and 5. As they've got it as we resume action. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage.
Again, it's Burrow. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And we are tied at 7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it was T. Higgins who capped the drive with the touchdown reception. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Jermaine Pratt fighting in and dropping him for the loss.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Now here's Mahomes.
He finds Hopkins complete. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Throw right side, pulled in by Higgins.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And Higgins is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Burrow. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 33 yards that time.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He has such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Moss on the give up the middle. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Third and 4.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
3rd and 4 is always a tough call. Maybe a little too long to run for it, but not too long to hit him on the quick slant. And that was well executed. Found the window and zipped it right in there.
From the red zone now, here's Burrow first down. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone.
2nd down and 3.
Here's Burrow. Got him in. It's Brown. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Burrow looking to pass, and it's caught. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second and goal from the 1.
Brown is into the end zone for a Bengal touchdown.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
McPherson on for the point after.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. And the Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. To throw, it's Mahomes. This will be caught once again by Brown. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Get it together. Let's do our thing. Let's do Don't give him nothing. Don't give him nothing. Let's do this. Let's rock and roll. Bring it. Oh, you ain't seen it like that before. Whatever it takes, I'll get it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Make a play ball, baby. Let's do it. Once again, we got to get it done as a group. It's about that time. Let's do it. Go. 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 Play them little aggressive, baby. Let's go. It's game time. Let's get through it. Come on, time to play. Let's go now. Let's go. I'm coming. I'm coming.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 48. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick. PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Cook. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running back. And give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
At the 27-yard line.
On second down, here's Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. Play action. It's Burrow. Caught by Jones. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
And Burrow going to throw again. He's got Higgins over the middle. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Chiefs' 45-yard line.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. It's Joshua Williams with a pick, and the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football over to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. Yeah, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And it's pretty evident that this passing game has been frustrated so far. They haven't really moved the ball the way we might have expected, but this is a good pickup here for the first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 25 yards that time.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Touchdown! Rasheed Rice, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs have retaken a third-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a third-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But, boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
They'll run on first down with Moss.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
2nd down and 8.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now a short one to Gesicki.
We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. Burrow will throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Pulled in at the 24. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Now a 2nd and 2.
On play action, it's Mahomes.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow.
That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Now Burrow on first down. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Again, it's Burrow. That's complete to the tight end Sample.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 4.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Now Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. On 3rd down, Burrow. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. McPherson's kick is good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Come on, let's go.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Here's Hardman on the return. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And we essentially have a brand new ball game. After that last field goal has tied us all up, we brace for what should be an exciting rest of this 4th quarter. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Now here's Mahomes.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
Football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Here's 2nd down. Mahomes.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football, but this couldn't be much worse, could it?
No.
This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a T-form. They're already in field goal range here late in the 4th now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker and just make sure they take care.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need good possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
They'll come to the line now on a 3rd and 6. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
But he picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mahomes.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Intended for Rasheen Rice. Incomplete. It's 2nd down and 10.
A little less than 40 seconds remaining. Here comes 2nd and 10. Mahomes to throw it.
And he comes back with one complete. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Boy, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Mahomes will throw.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco headed right.
They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 39-yard line.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. This from long, very long range. And he's going to miss this one wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th.
Boy, that's a big-time letdown there. You work yourself in position to win the game, but the kick winds up no good. And now you've got to regroup as a team, get the energy back up, and get ready for overtime. And make sure you pump him up, too. He may be needed to try and win it again later.
Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. So 4 quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Chiefs offense set to go. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit, and then you had to see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
On first down, they go back to Pacheco. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. First throw of overtime for Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Mahomes now to throw. Flush to his right. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 33. Now Mahomes. Open man right side is Rice. And a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. Now it's Mahomes again, dancing to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Let's give more credit to the defense on that one. They resisted quite well, and that pass fell incomplete. But this ball game for him, that's just a momentary speed bump. He's played awfully well throwing the football.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Defensively now, the ultimate challenge. Of course, the ball gets in the end zone, this thing's over.
And I remember my coaches always talked about in goal line situations, and now you're in overtime where they have to keep them to 3 points. Otherwise, this one is done. Win your individual battle within the framework of the team defense. Beat that guy across from you and make a play. I expect them to attack on defense and not sit back.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal?
Pacheco once more.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time, he had the speed to win that race.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
Bengals 17. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
Here we go. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Now a first throw here in overtime.
Looking for Chase on the out route. He's got him. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And finally marked down at the 23.
And how about that? In a game that's had just about everything, how's that for an answer? Remember, in the past, this game would be over already. But that's a huge play there to give him a fighting chance to go down. And
oh, it's intercepted. That'll seal it.
And the Chiefs are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. So that's Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
So it's a win for the Chiefs here, and no surprise, it was Patrick Mahomes who really led the charge.
Yeah, he really had his A game tonight. He threw a couple of touchdown passes, and he was instrumental in earning this victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports.
The Chiefs victorious here as we say so long from Kansas City.